Good morning and happy halfway through the week day. That means take the garbage to the road day for me. Now, I hope everyone's having a great week. I hope everything is going wonderful for you wherever you are. And today, something that I want to talk about is what I like to call one of the biblical myths that I have dispelled through learning and classes and studying and really focusing in on God's Word. The Bible is such an interesting book because it has so many twists and turns, and it is one of the most theologically deep, figuratively, literally everything about the Bible is just so interesting if you actually study it, especially if you study it as like a literary work. I think sometimes people get caught up in certain aspects or certain teachings or certain things that you've heard. And sometimes you block out what's really there. I know a large part of my life, there were a lot of things I didn't fully understand. You hear something and you hear it so much growing up that sometimes it just becomes stuck in your head and you're not really open to even hearing anything else. You know all the memes about how you can take a comma and place it in a different place in a sentence and the sentence takes on a whole different meaning, you know. I wish I could think of one right offhand, but there's some that are hilarious. Point is, the Bible taken out of context, or the Bible not understood, or not fully grasping who's talking, who they're talking to, what is going on at that time. Sometimes you can misunderstand what's being said. I mean, just simple as that. You just misunderstand it or think it means something that it doesn't. And so one of the things that I want to do is maybe do like a series of biblical myths exposed or something where you go through and things that you may have heard or thought all your life, actually study it in the Bible and figure out exactly what it means. One of those things is you've always heard the old saying, money's the root of all evil, right? So, you know, you get an idea that, you know, if you've got money, you're evil. So, you know, that's why I've never tried to have money. No, nobody believes that. Okay. So really and truly, it's just with everything else. It is not the coin. It's not the piece of paper that is evil. Humanity is what's evil. And humanity can take anything and turn it evil. In Matthew 6:19, it says, "Do not lay up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy and where thieves break in and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust destroys, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." So people sometimes take this out of context and think that, hey, if you have money, you can't possibly be good. Well, money can do a lot of good for God's kingdom here on earth. Money can provide information, money can provide relief and help in their outreach programs, where money can be a true blessing. So what Matthew's telling us is, don't let money become your focus. It is so easy to always want more. When you're here on earth, you want a better car, you want a better house, you want better clothes, you want to go more places, you want to do more things. So it's really easy to lose your focus and to start concentrating on more, money, money, money. And when you do that, you forget about the treasures in heaven, because what's here on earth, every single thing on earth is temporary. You know, people say, well, you can't take it with you. Well, boy, is that true. You can't take it with you. And also, it's just subject to be gone. You can have the biggest, most wonderful house in the world, and a spark can set it on fire, and it's gone. You can have a wonderfully the most expensive sports car out there, and Somebody can crash into you and it's gone. All of this is temporary. The only thing that is permanent is the treasures that God has for us. And that's where our heart is supposed to be. Our heart's not supposed to be here worrying about this. Having money, having things, having possessions, nothing wrong with that. But when it becomes your focus, when it becomes the only thing you think about, when you forget about what's in heaven, when you're not putting God first and focusing on Him, then whatever is going on here is a problem, whatever it may be. Money is just one of the things that humans have problems with. In verse 24, no one can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or he will be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and money. So having money, having things, nothing wrong with it. Serving that money, focusing on that money, yes, that's when you're crossing the line. And that's what Matthew's warning is about. We have an eternal treasure, and I want to spend my time working towards that. As a matter of fact, if you think about it, when you spend your time working towards the treasures that God has for you, He will bless you here on earth, and you won't even have to worry about it. So that, my friends, is our thought for today.